So I'm here with Team Beast again.
Hi everybody.
Mikey Beast and Bumpy Beast. Okay? And we're going to go over today some chalk talk about how we like to line up our wings. Okay, using my lacrosse app on my Beast pad. Alright, Bump.
Yep.
If you're blue, okay, you're facing off at the X.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you like to move your pull side guy, which would be obviously number 11?
Like him to start back there.
Okay, and for what reason?
In case I want to pull the ball back. Pull the ball
Okay.
back. He's there to get it.
Okay. Alright, and then for your off wing?
I like him to box this guy out.
Okay, do you like him to be on the inside hip, or do you like him to be like out here?
Doesn't really matter to me. I just like him to be over there.
Okay.
And so in case I go forward with the ball and this red guy comes to get me or something, I can still pass it to him and still get a break or something like that to go in that.
Okay, so you set your game up basically in order to everything's pretty much designed around the break for you.
Yep.
Now what if you're getting beat?
Then I have both these guys step back to stop the break.
Okay, so you're just worried about the break.
Yeah. But if he's just pulling it back, then I'm just going to have this guy stay with that guy the whole time.
Okay. Alright, Mike.
Yes.
How do you like to line these guys up?
Alright, well, I like to start. Usually when I start the game, I don't really worry about my non-draw side like my pole, because when I go in a game, I'm going to assume that I'm going to win every face-off.
Okay.
So I like to have my draw side guy around halfway down the line, so I can read what the other wing's going to do.
Okay, so you're looking at his non-pull side guy.
Yes.
Depending if he's shutting the break off, I guess, or not?
Indeed. And if he's going up on my guy, I tell my guy that if that starts to happen, for him to drop down, and if he follows, then I can go forward.
Oh, yeah.
But if he doesn't follow him at all, then I go back, because I always have.
Yeah, you like to throw the ball back a lot.
Yeah, I always have the fastest guys I can to go get it.
Okay.
Now, on my on the pole, unless if I'm not losing face-offs, then I don't really care. But if let's say we're battling or stuff, I kind of like to keep them halfway. But if their guys pushing it forward on me, obviously I'm having them deep.
Okay.
But if their guy, let's say their guy's reading what he's doing, whether they're gonna go back or
so
forward.
If he's reading just like you do?
What I do is I just have him. I literally just tell him to mess with the other face-off guy, like how I would hate to be messed with. Is let him look at him, and then once he goes down, he'll either change or not change.
Okay, got you. So play around with it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of wing players, like draw side wing players, like to communicate with the face-off guys that much, and that would really, screw with the face-off guy.
All right, cool. For me, it's basically about either getting the break or stopping the break. So what I do differently than most guys is I like to have my pull side guy, and I'm going to tell you all this at the risk of other people seeing it because I don't care. I always like this guy down here, and he'll serve as two options. One, since 99% of FoGos are righty anyway, he's already down in order to stop the break, which would be a righty break. Secondly, it'll make this guy come down here, hopefully a little bit more, giving me my room for going forward, which I obviously love to do. But if he doesn't follow him down, obviously I can throw it back to him if I need to. But the other thing is say I do pop it forward, which, if he's up here and I end up popping it forward, say 10's only letting me do that, and other FoGos, you understand why someone would only let you pop it forward. If it's too easy to pop it forward, and this guy comes in to converge, I always tell 11 to wait back. Because what I like to do is I like to actually smack it. I'll goose it back to him so he can get the ground ball as this guy's coming in. So I always know I have that safety valve there to goose it back if I have to. If not, I'll just pick it up and run through it. Now, my non-pull side, over here, I tell him no matter where this guy goes, okay, and a lot of times they'll have him back here, I tell my pole no matter what, you stay right on this hip. Because my goal is simple. I like options. So I can push it forward or I can pull it back. But you're taking away his pull side guy. So he has one option, and it's to pull it either to the side or push it forward, and he has to pick it up himself. And quite honestly, you know, I think I'm more athletic than most of the guys I'm going to go against, and I will take a one-on-one ground ball battle against anyone. So I always have my pull shut him off, and now it's me and the other FoGo. So that's why I like to do it. So basically, the shorty has a lot of responsibilities. He has to shut off the brake and be ready to sit back in case I throw it behind. So that's basically where we like to put our wings. Now, one thing that kind of throws a wrench in everything is in the MLL, my teammate, Pete Vlahakis, he can have two guys on one side in the MLL. So what Pete likes to do is put both guys on this side. Now, the reason Pete can do this is not many guys have the ability, if they're facing, say, Reds going this way, okay, they don't have the ability to pivot and throw it to the right behind them. It's very, very hard to do that. I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
But Pete's very good at it. So Pete's fine with two guys on his non-pull side, and by shutting down any opportunity for this guy to pull this ball back here and giving him someone to pull it back here, he's doubled his chances, and he really screws you up, especially if you're a rookie or something, or you're in your first MLL game. When you see this happen on the wings, it really screws with your head. And it really affects your ability to push it forward, because you've got two guys on the wing here, and it really messes with you. So that's something that MLL guys can do that high school and college can't. But yeah, so that's when it comes down to wing play, that's what we like to think about. What is you got something else there, Mike?
Yeah. Also, for all you coaches out there, you know, after playing for 12 years, it's no secret that most coaches know nothing about facing off.
Fact.
So, you know, when you have your face-off guy and he has his wings, this is one unit right here. They need to all be on the same page. So, if your face-off guy wants a guy in a certain spot, don't adjust it during a face-off. Talk about it. Talk about it over here. Don't wait until the ref's over here with his little whistle.
Look,
and
it's simple.
You're yelling for your wing to move. Don't do that.
Coaches can say everything about everything on the face-off. I mean, everything on the lacrosse field, from here and from here. Nobody, and all FoGos are agreed, nobody understands this part of the game better than FoGos. Okay? So the only people that need to understand what's going on out here are these three people. And this unit should work together all the time. Which brings us to another point. Say you want, did you have, when you were in college, we'll make this quick, when you were in college, did you ever have any kind of hand signals or anything you used in order to move a guy?
College, not really. In high school, we had like the simple ways for the wings to know whether I'm going forward or not. I would either go out, I'd either adjust my cup, or I'd scratch my ass.
That's scratching the ass. Scratching the ass. That's a good one.
Something just real subtle. But in college, I was basically just my guys just knew what to do from the get-go, and you practice so much that hopefully it gets to a point where you don't even have to tell them. My wings this year, last year, they just knew what exactly was going to happen. They were always in the exact right spots.
Fair enough.
Which is really aggravating when a coach tells them to move and you throw the ball there and there's no one there. So
once again,
don't do that.
Cabrini coach sucked. What about you, Bump? Did you have any kind of symbols that you use? Signals?
Mine was pretty simple. I just went like this. So just to my pull guy, so in case their guy saw that and followed him, that I'd be able to just go forward.
Yeah.
And if he just stayed there, then I can just pull back.
Very inventive.
That's another one.
Okay, here. Now, take this. Mike, give me a stick. Now, this is going to drive people nuts who tried to figure it out in college, what I was doing on the field. We had a simple rule. Say the line's right here, okay? I'm facing this way. I would look at my wingman, okay? And I would do all kinds of weird, crazy stuff, okay? But all that mattered was what hand my stick was in. So I would be doing this, tapping my helmet, doing this. If I had it in my right hand, it would mean that I'm pulling it behind. If I had it in my left hand or it was upfield, it meant that I was going forward. So people probably tried to figure out what I was doing with those signals, but it came down to what hand the stick was in. So that would mean that if I was going forward or behind. So you can mess with it, but any good FoGo knows that the most important part about facing off is having good synergy with your wings. So always make sure that we can work on technique all day long, but if you're not in sync with your wings and you're not a good leader out there, you're not a good FoGo. All right. Well, I guess tomorrow we'll talk about moves. All right. Sounds good. All right, guys.